Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything is going to be okay. I need to get a little serious today because it's finally time for me to go over the rules of commenting on my channel. Now that I'm starting to get bigger, I just passed 2,500 subscribers. Now that my channel is growing and certain issues are starting to come up, I need to tell you all what my rules are for commenting on my channel. First of all, I'll tell you what you are allowed to do. You are allowed to criticize me. I am perfectly fine, and in fact I welcome criticism about my channel, and I've always used criticism to improve my channel. So, like, for example, just recently someone told me that I'm ugly and I shouldn't be using face cam for live streams, and I was perfectly fine with that. I just let the person know that I am going to continue doing face cam because there are other viewers that want me to do face cam. So I'm perfectly fine if you tell me that I'm ugly. I know I'm not the best looking guy. I'm also, fine if you insult me some other way, or say that you don't like the way I talk, which I get a lot. You don't like my content, you don't like the way I do things. That's perfectly fine. Some things I will use to improve my channel, some things I might ignore or not change right away, but criticizing me is perfectly fine. However, if you use profanity when you criticize me, it might be blocked, because I do have certain swear words blocked on my channel. So if you want to make sure that your comment is seen, you just need to not use the bigger swear words. Okay, another thing you are allowed to do is you are allowed to criticize No Man's Sky. We're here not only to enjoy content of No Man's Sky, but also to critique it and talk about ways that it can be improved. Constructive criticism is preferred, but I'm not going to remove your comments because you said something bad about No Man's Sky. I doubt the developers really look at my videos or look at the comments, so nobody's going to be insulted if you insult No Man's Sky. Okay, and of course any other games that I play, I do play other indie games. If you insult them or criticize other indie games, that's perfectly fine as well. Now, what you are not allowed to do, and this is the big one, you are not allowed to insult each other. You cannot belittle other people, you cannot be rude to them. If somebody says something that's incorrect, of course you're allowed to correct them and let them know that they made a mistake, but do it in a polite way. Find a polite, kind way to say things. You do not belittle people, you don't call them stupid because they accidentally said universe instead of galaxy. You don't criticize or belittle people just because they disagree with you. Like, if somebody insults No Man's Sky, like I said, I'm perfectly fine with that. You might say that you disagree with them, but you can't call them stupid, don't call them a troll, don't tell them they need to die because they don't like No Man's Sky. If you insult people in my comments, I will remove the comments. And if you are really rude and insulting to other viewers, I will permanently ban you from my channel. You are not allowed to be mean to other people. Be nice to each other, okay? That is my main #1 rule of what you're not allowed to do on my channel. You may not be mean to each other. You may not like that. You may disagree that a person should run their channel that way. And sure, go ahead, tell me how much you dislike that in the comments, and I'll be perfectly fine with it. That's a criticism of me, and I'm not going to block your criticisms of me, but you may not be mean and rude to each other. Obviously, you can't use curse words at each other either because those are blocked. But if you say mean and rude things, I will block your comments, and ban you from commenting. So that is the main thing. So those are my 2 things that you're allowed to do and 2 things you're not to do. You're allowed to criticize me, you're allowed to criticize No Man's Sky and other games. What you are not allowed to do is belittle and be rude to each other, and you are not allowed to use profanity because it will most likely be blocked. Now, saying that, YouTube holds the comments for review if they have bad words in them. I have occasionally read a comment that had profanity, and since it wasn't rude, it was just using some bad words for emphasis, and I approved the comment and allowed it. But it makes it easier for me to block profanity, because usually when someone uses profanity, they're insulting other people and being mean. Plus, there are teenagers and younger people who watch my channel, so I'd prefer that profanity not be on my channel. But I have occasionally approved a comment that used profanity because the person wasn't being rude to anyone. But if you really want to ensure that your comment isn't blocked, just don't use bad words, plain and simple. But the number 1 rule is do not be mean to each other. I will not hesitate to block the comments or ban people if you're mean to each other. We are here to build each other up, we're not here to tear each other down. So that's about it. You're welcome to say whether you agree or disagree with my rules, but those are my rules. And that's about it. So let's be nice to each other and let's have fun talking about No Man's Sky, talking about indie games, because that's what my channel is about. It is not about being mean or rude to people and stuff like that. So all of the rules that I said are also in the description of my channel, and because of that they'll also be in the description of all my live streams. So if you forget or don't see this video, hopefully you'll see them there. But anyway, that's it for my little explaining the rules of commenting on my channel. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And if we're nice to each other, everything is going to be okay.